Hey, WokeNFree Nation. Newsly is an audio app for iOS and Android. It picks up web articles about the most trending topics on the web at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice.
For the first time in the history of the internet, the entire web becomes listenable. Browse articles from topics you choose and start playing. Stop scrolling, start listening.
You can follow any topic as specific as you like, from sports, science to Bitcoin, or even one of your favorite celebrities. It will find you the latest articles and read them to you aloud.
And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 50 countries. Our podcast, WokeNFree, is there too.
Now let's get into the episode. Hi, it's Natasha.
And Khalil.
And we are the co-hosts of
WokeNFree.
Thank you for tuning in to our 312th episode of WokeNFree. If you've been tuning in every week for WokeNFree Wednesday, you know that WokeNFree is all about being real and honest with each other and you. We talk about everything and anything important to us, you, the world, and nothing is off the table. This week we're asking the question, would you go to your next high school reunion? Lots of thoughts there. So before we dive deep into the subject, a couple of things to go over. First, have you gone to WokeNFree.com, not only to just listen to this episode, but to download it through the Podbean app? If not, please do so immediately, because with the app, you're able to put in your comments and you can tell us, have you ever gone to a high school reunion? Do you plan on going to your next one? Yes, no, don't know. All of those answers and everything in between, we'd love to hear. So make sure you do that. Now, if you listen to podcasts on a device where you can't put another app on it, like the Podbean app, then some tears will be shed, but there is still a silver lining here. And what does that mean? Well, you can go to WokeNFree.com and then you can go in the Listen tab and then you can pick your platform of choice where you're going to follow and subscribe to the show if you can't get the Podbean app. So you will find WokeNFree on all the following places: iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora. It's a WokeNFree world. Essentially, where most podcasts are consumed, you will find our show. Also, on WokeNFree.com, through the Podbean app, you can click to subscribe to follow the show through that means. And then on social media, we'd love for you to connect and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, and LinkedIn at WokeNFree. And then lastly, if you have 90 seconds, which is more of a statement, less of a question, we'd love for you to review the show. Why? Because it tells us how we're doing and how the show's feeding into your life. So how do you do that? Go to WokeNFree.com, go on the Listen tab, and then pick your platform of choice where you review the show. And thank you in advance for the 5-star reviews.
Truly.
You sound riveted.
Yeah. I'm very excited by the information you shared.
Exactly. But care less. Yeah.
But before I get too caught up in that great knowledge that you spilled,
oh Lord,
let's start this conversation off by talking about ourselves. This week, we're asking, would you rather have butterscotch or toffee?
Can I pass? Respectfully.
You're going to pass on the universe? I mean, that's a new thing.
Maybe.
Wow. I mean, this is what it sent to you. You're going to deny it?
I don't know. I feel like the universe wouldn't ask me something so trivial and foolish.
Oh, really?
But,
interesting. You judge it now. Yeah. You're the judge, jury, and executioner.
I mean, what else could I be?
You could just be one of the raindrops that exist in the universe.
You're a weirdo. So, unfortunately, I do have to pass because I like neither. So, and like, I really
but it's a would you rather
dislike.
Though. So, I mean, it's.
I mean, I think they're both gross.
Yeah, but if you had two gross things, which one is the like?
I mean, I guess technically, I think toffee is worse, but I don't want either. Yeah.
So you'd have to go with the butterscotch. Though,
yeah, I mean, if you're making me choose, and it's like this or death.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but either way, I'd like hard pass.
Oh, okay.
And you?
So you really dislike both, but you go with the butterscotch.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I mean, sometimes I'll take it like so. If someone makes it at home or something like that. Or I'll maybe consider it, but yeah, that's not my cup of tea. I'd rather like caramels, however people want to say it, and stuff like that. But yeah, not a big fan of either of those. And you like butterscotch?
No, I don't like. I mean, yeah.
Or you prefer toffee?
I actually prefer the toffee, I think.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know.
Okay.
They both don't taste that great, but the toffee is less offensive, I guess, to me.
Okay. Interesting.
But I think both of them are a waste of your sugar intake for the day.
Facts.
Because if you want to, it's like if I wanted to have sugar, why would I have something that's disgusting when I can have something that's sweet?
A donut or ice cream or
they're not
cake.
really.
There's so many other options.
They're weird. I don't know how to describe the flavor, but they're not. Like,
I feel like it's pretentious.
They're
candy.
not sweet. They're
like I feel like you would eat that in England. Not to say anything about the English, but
see, I know you're saying that. That's wrong.
I feel like that's something to have like while looking at Big Ben. You know, like
I think it's an old thing to eat. It's not.
Well, I don't like that framing
in
language either.
From the medieval times when they first invented this, possibly. I don't know.
Renaissance in nature. Then let's not use the term old. That can be offensive.
I'm not. I mean, offensive to the candy that doesn't taste good.
No,
that's what it gets.
To folks who may who I may identify under that. Don't laugh, Will.
Wait, what?
I'm just saying, like, you want to be careful. You know, there's a lot of ageism in the
I
world.
identify as a youngster, then.
You don't identify as anything.
Because now I'm
just saying, like, let's
right.
you know, change our language to be more inclusive. That's all.
For the candy of the world?
No, for the bigger context that attaches to the word old or aged, you know, things like that.
I know old isn't a bad word. It tells you what's happened.
Old isn't a bad word. I'm just saying, though, like, if you're saying medieval, then you should say Renaissance.
But I don't know if that's true. I don't know the period. All I know is it's from ye olden times.
Ye olden, there we go. Go with that. Ye olden times.
Yeah, see?
Okay.
That's all I know, but I can't say for sure. I'm just taking a guess.
Kind of wasteful, nonsensical deviation.
Yeah, because we don't know if it's from the 1700s or what. It's hard to say. All right,
and how does that connect with what comes next?
Easily, because just think about it. Butterscotch or toffee. Who needs them? High school reunions. Who needs them?
Oh, that's the sloppy dance we're doing. Okay.
It's just a question. Is it?
Gotcha.
Would you actually go to your next high school reunion?
Ah, there we go. Thank you. Finally. You go. Now it begins.
Well, it re-begins.
Gotcha.
We've begun before, but we have started over.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, before we left New York, actually, before we moved to Arizona, I believe, get an opportunity to, I think I was invited via social media to attend not an official high school reunion, but like a mini kind of makeshift high school reunion, and I respectfully declined the offer. And I did so for the following reasons. Personally, I don't unfortunately have too many connections to any high school friends outside of social media. I'm connected to various folks that I went to high school with on social media. And not to say that I wouldn't talk to or engage with anyone from high school, because I have some folks that I would absolutely love to meet up with and I have met up with, but I just don't have an ongoing, deepened relationship with too many high school folks. And then I don't have like a deep desire to re-engage relationships or to ignite relationships. So I feel like, why would I go to an event or setting that's only gonna include people that I don't actively seek more connection to? And then thirdly, I find that reunions generally, whether it's high school or family or anything in between, they seem to be kind of a marathon of how do you catch someone up of your last X amount of years of your life over and over again, and to like kind of do that marathon conversation. And as you know, I don't really enjoy talking about myself in that type of way. I love sharing wisdom or debating things or hearing out other people. I don't love going on and doing a reiteration of what I've done in the last 10 to 15 or 20 years of my life. I find that, like, you could read that on my bio. Like, I don't know. I just want to talk about other things than just like, this is what I've done. Like, I don't enjoy those conversations. I enjoy more like helping people or hearing or debating things. That I don't enjoy those natured conversations. So those are the reasons why I respectfully decline. How about you?
Just to go back, so did a fellow classmate reach out to you?
Yeah, or so I believe a classmate was doing like a makeshift reunion-like gathering, okay. And I just
interesting.
Declined. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm kind of opposite. So if there was like an official reunion done by the high school and they just sent out an email to me, I would definitely not go.
Okay.
But if somebody reached out to me, a classmate specifically, then I would go because I count that as the universe talking to me.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
Even though you, as you've reiterated to me, did not necessarily love your high school experience.
No, of course not.
And did not necessarily have deepened relationships with the people you went to high school with. You somehow would see value in attending such an event.
I would go because if the universe asks, you have to go with the flow.
With a bunch of people that you didn't enjoy spending time with 20 years ago, but somehow now...
Because why? Yeah, because...
riveting?
No, but there might be something that happens along the way. Like, I might meet somebody on the plane, I don't know, that, just wants to shower me with cash. I don't know. It could be anything.
I feel like you're suggesting something better than that, but okay, sure.
No, there's nothing being suggested. I'm saying...
Something nefarious.
No, but it's just... or maybe there's somebody there and it's like, oh, you do this, I do that. We could actually collaborate on this business idea. I mean, you never know what it is.
Okay.
But someone specifically has to just reach out to me and say, hey, and it can't be general, like, are you going to, they can't ask. They have to request my presence at the event. If my presence is requested by this classmate, whoever it is, I'll go because that to me counts that's a sign.
Interesting.
That's because it would be really weird. It shouldn't happen. I don't know who would even reach out to me. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense.
People knew you from high school.
Yeah, people knew me, but why would they want me to go when it makes sense? But so if they did, that's why I would go because it's like that. This doesn't make any sense. I have to go.
Do we need to do an episode on self-esteem?
It's not. No, it's not self-esteem. It's literally. Yeah, I didn't make strong connections in high school. So
Interesting.
And it was okay time for me. It wasn't like, I'm glad it's over. It's like, I want to do it again. I got through that. Yeah. It's one and done and good for me. I know some people love their high school experience.
Oh yeah.
And they wish they could relive it or they wish they can just keep doing their grades over and over. But no, that wasn't me. Once it was done, I was happy, time to move on and go into my olden times. So I prefer that.
Okay, Khalil.
No, for me, I like that. I like to be like a old giant boulder. Something that's immovable and strong.
Like the Titans.
Yeah. Even better than the Titan. I can't be moved. They can be moved. So, as I get older, I become stronger. So that in terms of not being moved.
So you identify as a mountain. Pleasant.
Even better, a continent. Yeah. See?
The continent of Africa?
The continent of Pangea.
Oh,
I'm the original, the OG.
Okay,
gotcha. The real one. That's the real one.
Lovely.
But the one note I would make is this doesn't have to do with high school reunion, but there was an elementary reunion and I was actually reached out to, but I don't know what happened. I didn't end up going though, and I was supposed to go because, like I said, the universe reached out, but. I don't know. I don't know if I didn't get all the details or something, but for whatever reason I didn't go. But I would have gone to the elementary thing, and the elementary would have made sense because there I did have more people that I had connected with, and I just fell out of touch with them. So I would have actually that one would have made more sense to just see where they are now, kind of thing.
Interesting that you say that because actually, of all of my schooling relationships, I would say I had the strongest relationships from high school.
Oh wow!
Because I definitely have lost touch with most of the people I went to elementary school and. Where I grew up in the city in Stuyvesant Town, I was literally across the street from my elementary school, which was across the street from my junior high school. And then I went to the high school for environmental studies, which was, Midtown. And so, but then I believe maybe around 10 people from my middle school joined me in my high school. So it's kind of like I knew people for a very long time because the same people I went to elementary school went to my junior high school. And then, like I said, several went to my high school as well. So it's very interesting. But yeah, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I only had I think there was exactly 2 people from...
Oh, wow.
That I knew of. I think there was other people from my neighborhood that went to the same high school, but I didn't know them at all in elementary, because my elementary school was pretty big, so I couldn't know everybody, but there was 2 people that I knew, and they went on and they had their own group of friends, so
gotcha.
I wasn't talking to that, that was kind of a disconnect there. Are there any pros and cons to attending your next high school reunion?
Oh, yeah. I mean, despite being biased, I could objectively speak to the following. So when you think about a pro as to why you may want to go to your next high school reunion, if you haven't considered that for yourself, well, first and foremost, yeah, like if you did have old friends and was having that secret desire or just lingering feeling of wanting to reconnect, that would be a great reason to go, because now it's like a prime opportunity. You get dressed up, you go and you meet up with people that you haven't seen in a long time, have a good time. Hopefully there's some drinks and there's food and it's a, nicely made event. Then that could be really good stuff. And then also to your point around, you don't know what the universe has in store for you. Maybe you could network. Maybe you could make new connections with people that like you didn't even know, you went to high school with, and now these people are running major corporations or would be wonderful business partners, like
or if you need legal representation.
Facts. Yes. If you're literally in need of help and there is someone in your vicinity who can provide legal or tax or other financial
tax. That's nice. Get an accountant.
Preparation or support for you. Of course.
Build your team at your high school reunion.
Exactly. Also, one could consider this event as an opportunity to rediscover your roots. Life is funny in that we go far and then sometimes we go backwards for things, and you never know. Maybe you are no longer in a relationship and you're now single and you're looking to mingle. And then for all you know, someone who you had a crush on all these years ago, all these many moons ago, now is single too. And, who knows what could happen. Sparks fly, right? There could be a love opportunity. So that's really cute. And then for those who are interested in being braggarts, then there's an opportunity to go and rep all of your accomplishments and also hear about the accomplishments of others. And that could be inspiring to you. That could also be motivating to you. Or it could, again, spark another type of opportunity for you. So those are some pros. Some cons is when you go into an environment like a reunion, especially a high school reunion, where there is this expectation of coming back and you should have this like runway of all these accomplishments, then it lends to, unfortunately, that comparison game situation where you now are putting yourself right in the middle of a situation where it's the comparison game of what you did versus what all these other people did. And maybe you stand up nicely in that comparison game and maybe you don't. And maybe it's a little bit of both. So that could be a con, and that could create anxiety and pressure and maybe stress for yourself, depending upon how you feel about that. It could also be an awkward opportunity where maybe you had a bad breakup or, unresolved issues with anyone present in your high school reunion. And now you are walking right into something not pleasant and not enjoyable. So that could be a con. Time and cost considerations, depending upon how far you have to travel, what your accommodations are. Maybe you went to high school in New York or another part of the country and you are thousands of miles away. Could be additional cost to you that maybe you have it, maybe you don't have it, maybe you don't want to spend it. That could be a con. And then also, if you're like me and don't really have any interest or nostalgic feelings within you, then this type of offer or opportunity would be seen as a hard pass. And that would be a con as well. But at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to you. I think you should be really honest with yourself about what you would want to achieve out of this and what this serves you, if it serves you at all. And then also, to your point, be open to possibility, and not let your bias or your fears dictate kind of what would be the ultimate decision for you.
Wow. I mean, yeah, your pros definitely were some of the things that I thought of. So just to add to that, I think that another pro would be that you could actually find the love of your life at your high school reunion. You never know where love can be found.
You're a mess.
Just keep your options open but make sure you're not in a committed relationship when you're looking for your love here.
Let's not pass judgment. Everyone's got to do what they've got to do.
All right, if you're depending what type of relationship you're in, you got to consider
how
that.
You need to do it.
But if you're in a special relationship, then you can do what you got to do. It's like if you're in that special status relationship, people have certain there's newfangled ways to
excellent
newfangled ways to love people.
I don't know what kind of books you're reading, but you have some really interesting words. You just throw it out here. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like you're reading something from the 18th century, maybe.
Oh, is that what it is?
Fangled? What are you talking about vampires? Or even werewolves, really.
This is just how we understand that things are from a certain time period. So
Lovely.
I need to put that out there to clarify. So now you have no doubt in your
Gracias.
mind. Exactly. So, but it's there. You can't deny it. You know? It's a possibility for to find love there. I guess another pro, it could be a con for some people, but it gives you a chance to confront bullies and maybe teach them a lesson.
You're a mess.
Yeah, but I didn't say how you go about it. It could go in different ways, though.
You said that like that.
Oh, it's a true.
I just envisioned like David versus Goliath.
Well, who's David and Goliath, though? Which one is which? The bully?
That's what I'm trying to say. The bully could be Goliath.
The bully's Goliath?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's good then. The bully gets taken down at the reunion.
I mean, that's why that just seems really comical at best.
So you're not thinking of it realistically, though. It is a true time because people need closure. So here's a time that you can get the closure is at the high school reunion.
With alcohol and food present?
Well, I mean, yeah, you can do it before the alcohol.
25 years older.
You can either do it before or after the alcohol. You can decide what you want to do. And don't break any bottles, though. That's a recommendation.
Advice,
No bottles should be broken at a high school reunion. Either way.
Only use your words, WokeNFree Nation.
Well, I didn't say all that. I just said no broken bottles because you got to do what you ever got to. You got to make your choices.
Well, you
and
do not advocate for violence.
No, I don't advocate for violence. I don't think violence is usually not the answer. But I'm not saying if it comes down to it, if it's you or the bully, you're taking the bully down, right? I mean, that
is a statement advocated by Khalil Nurse solely, not the perspective of WokeNFree.
Of course. That's all I say.
Yes.
If it comes down to both of you, you're in a cage match, then
keep it moving.
It's a wrap, right?
What else?
The bully's going to learn today. But
okay, David.
for another pro is, I guess the last thing is maybe you can all like plan a trip together and maybe go to a place that you've been scared to visit. I don't know. Maybe they'll give you the courage. Maybe they'll build that courage up because it's seeing these people that you used to spend like hours at a time with. You might just say, like,
now
"Hey guys,
you're gonna travel to other places with these people."
Yeah, you're gonna go to Rome or somewhere. I don't know.
Creepy. Yeah.
You can go to different places.
Sure.
You can't. It's just. I'm just saying. You can plan a trip with them. You can do a big group trip. And guess what? You can get good group discounts since it's a large amount of people.
That's what we live for, really. The group discount. So.
Yeah, because that's what you can do too. You could bring the friends that you know outside of high school and lump them together with these people that you went to high school with that may or may not be your friends. And then you have a whole bunch of people, and it's like I don't know what they call that. And you
all go on Groupon, and you get great discounts.
Yeah. But it's they can even go with a travel guide. They can give you a better rate probably,
absolutely.
Too.
I hope someone you went to high school with is a travel guide.
Oh, yeah, and then, there you go. So another thing is...
You can employ people.
Well, you can take advantage of people's employment at your high school. They might be, they might work for these travel agencies.
Just go to a high school reunion.
Yeah, they might work at a travel agency, get you some good deals on hotels.
Own a travel agency.
I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible.
Yes, so absolutely.
These are a couple of pros.
Creepy,
that you didn't touch on. Is there another one that you wouldn't talk about? Maybe, let's see. Well, I guess, it comes down to collaboration on other things. So you do have the opportunity to collaborate them with many ways. Maybe they can help you with your political campaign that you're thinking of starting up. So you never know. Just
high
stuff
hopes
like
indeed.
I'm trying to convince you to get on this high school reunion.
I bet you are.
I'm trying to. That's all I can do.
I will get on my Groupon and my mission to run for office. Yep.
Yeah. See,
and hopefully someone from high school can help me.
Yeah, they may or may not be able to help you. They may
Shout
be able
out to High School for Environmental Studies. Woohoo!
They may be able to give your car a tune-up.
Soar.
Yeah, there's all these opportunities there. That's what you just got to think about. Mm-hmm. And another pro. You just got to mention it is that the drinks might be on the house. You don't know.
But we don't know how far one has traveled for these free alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, we don't know how much it costs you to get there.
Exactly.
But it could be a whole thing where it's an open bar. So
and might not be worth that $1,000 ticket, but hey, enjoy that $50 drink.
I mean, you never know. It's just something to think about.
Yep.
So for cons, is the number one thing is you may see enemies there because you probably had some people in high school that you despise, and going to these reunion means you're going to see them
potentially. Yeah,
but I don't even think it's potential. I think if you go to if you had an enemy in high school and you go to your reunion, you will see that enemy.
I think it's a high chance. Yeah,
I just think that's his Murphy's law, because you'd be like, maybe they won't be there. They're definitely going to be there then. That's just how it works out.
As you presented the David Goliath scenario, that's
a bully though. That's a little. I don't consider a bully an enemy. I mean, some people might. Yeah, I think an enemy is a little bit different.
A different class.
Yeah, because a bully, they're a different class of people. Enemies, I think enemies are trying to like take you out, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
They're different.
Semi-assassins. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're a little more ruthless, and it's a little different.
Okay.
And the next thing is that some of these classmates, they might actually become a pest. So you meet them here, and you're like, well, hopefully I never have to talk to them again. But they actually follow you on social media. They start to text you. They actually go to your house and look through your windows. It's risk that you take. Like, what if they are those kind of people, right? You don't know.
Yeah.
And then the last one is, I mean, you kind of touched on it, but when you go and see these classmates, you get nostalgic, but it could also open old wounds of hurt that you had and trauma in high school. So just be wary that, that can be brought to the surface. It's a risk. So if you had some really bad moments in high school, I would say don't even think about going.
It could be traumatizing.
Unless your therapist says to do that. Then
you should follow your doctor. Advice of whatever
they say you gotta,
because
they may say that you need to conquer that fear. And
could be an opportunity
according
for
to
healing.
them, do it. But just as I would think about it, I would think you shouldn't do it. But if you get a professional advice, then you should.
Good point to bring up. Yeah, a lot of people experience a lot of trauma. Kids especially go through so much in high school, and then all these years later, to your point, opening up old wounds, that could be a severe situation. So you do want to be very mindful about that. So ultimately, what would be advice that you would think you would want to share for those who are listening, who are maybe currently thinking about if they want to go to their next high school reunion? What would you say to them?
So the first thing I would say, or I would ask them, is, did you go to your high school prom? Was it a series of unfortunate events? If it was, do not go to your high school reunion.
Okay, Charles.
No matter what.
Unfortunate. You are a mess. You are a mess.
I'm just trying to tell.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
The tale of two cities. This is what I'm trying to tell you about.
I mean, are we going to start quoting from, Jane Austen? I mean, this is ridiculous. Sense and Sensibility.
Yeah, I have to keep it real, though. I got to keep it 100. That's the
of mice and of men.
Exactly. This is how they do.
True literature coming at you guys.
Exactly. So people know they'll make the right decision in this situation.
Particular literature being referenced, yeah.
Yeah, it helps. It helps spark the right kind of feeling. We should do an
episode around seeing life only through quotes.
Oh wow! I mean, that's an interesting. Well, I mean, you can talk just using quotes from books too.
Absolutely, you can sound quite profound, actually.
I guess, yeah. I mean,
but from a different time, indeed.
Or from a different time, exactly.
Yes.
Well, no, but what if you only read from quotes from modern?
Well, yeah,
books?
but if it's only from those of ancient times, then it would be a different type of language one would be sharing.
From ancient times, even.
Yes.
Wow. I mean, what if you read in a different language and you have to translate the whole episode?
Bueno.
Wouldn't that be a sad time?
I wouldn't use the word sad.
Oh, it's not sad?
I would say it would be different.
Oh, okay. Because that would just... Well, I just thought about that. I mean, this has nothing... What if you do a podcast episode and it's just in a different language and you don't warn the audience or anything? It just, they start listening. You think they'll stop listening to that episode?
Who knows? It could go viral. I mean, it could be really fascinating to people.
Oh, it'd just be weird, right? It just,
I get it. When you use the term weird, I would say it would be surprising. And I would say it may be infuriating for folks.
Yeah.
It may be, it depends on, xenophobia is a real thing. People have different issues of, this is a very challenging time in life.
Oh, okay.
So
it's hard to say what could happen. It could go a lot of
different ways, for sure.
All right. But, back to the question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know why you'd want to go to your reunion if you didn't really like your high school, is what I'm putting out there. I just don't see a point to it. If you loved your high school, though, and you had no bad memories, then you need to go. But
life usually doesn't live within one bucket versus the other, right? So there's things about, like, even you and I, there are things we liked and things we didn't like. So it is more than
I err on the side of don't like. So, it was a one and done.
Oh, interesting. I guess because I had accomplishments, I still err on the side if I did like my high school, but I didn't like me in high school, to be honest. If we're gonna, keep it 100. I liked my accomplishments. I had high grades in high school. I, surprised myself academically. I was able to participate in several AP classes. Was I popular? No. Was I well known? Yes.
So you're well known.
Was I able to have some relationships? Sense. Yes. But a lot of those have fallen to pieces as I got older, so that's a sore subject, but it's just kind of like a
to me would be a con for why you shouldn't go, because those relationships, they fell down, and now you possibly have to deal with them if you go to the reunion.
Oh yeah, I mean, it would definitely be awkward conversations if I went. It would not be pleasant. But ultimately, because I didn't ultimately like myself in high school at that time in my life, way too insecure and way too consumed with what other people thought about me, or folks not liking me, or having conflict issues, then ultimately, I would say it would not be a fruitful experience that would serve me. So I wouldn't go. But I would, similar to your point, like I think if you're going to go, you have to be honest with yourself. What did you like about high school? What would you like about this experience? How would it serve you? If you can't answer these questions, then you should not attend.
I don't know. To me, it shouldn't be that hard to figure out, to be honest. Like,
I think people have FOMO though, right? Like, that's a thing.
Yeah.
And so, for instance, like, I went to prom. It was cool. You didn't go to prom. You don't have any concern about that. But there's some people who, like, wake up, like, with sweats and they have nightmares wishing that they went to prom.
If only what could have been.
Yeah, what could have been. So you don't want to have that re-experience that for a reunion then.
So you
want to make sure.
They're going to go.
No FOMO.
That's fun.
Fear of missing out. Just in case I was not aware of what that acronym means.
I feel that if you went to your prom and you didn't have like an extreme trauma event, but again, I mean, you mentioned that there's other factors and cons we mentioned.
Oh yeah.
But if you went to prom, there's a good chance that you can go to the high school reunion. I'm just saying.
See, I went to prom, but that experience was convoluted.
Yeah.
And so,
which they can be.
Again, I would not say would serve me as my leap pad to say yes to this as well. I still would have to
like if I was just running this through my fake algorithm, I would say, all right, there's like a 20% chance you should go to your high school reunion. Then you'd feed me other information. I'd say, oh, no, you shouldn't go. So if you give me all the details, if somebody wanted to know specifically, feed me all the details, I'll feed it through my fake algorithm. And that fake algorithm will tell you should you not go to the high school. I don't love
this is going. But I do love the idea that you're helping people to understand that decision making
a way to think about it,
is swayed by different input information, and that you should be logistically thinking about this through logic, and you should think about this as to how it could benefit you, and seeing the connection between past actions versus future actions. So
I figured it out. My algorithm it's not concrete. It's not foolproof. It's not bulletproof. But what it would be is just a table with pros and cons. So you list the pros, you list the cons, and pros, depending on what the pros are and the cons you list, like those items are weighted differently. So if you went to prom, like I said, that's 20% you should go. But if you had a traumatic event, then you get like 40% you shouldn't go. That's like that. So you add it up, and pros are positive and cons are negative. You add those all up, If you're on positive, you should go. If it's on negative, then you don't go.
Okay.
So see, that's my fake algorithm.
Beautiful.
So there is a way for people to figure out if they should go. If they really aren't sure, I mean, if you know in your mind, I shouldn't go to this, then just don't go. But if you're really stuck, make a pros and cons list, and then you can figure it out. Like, it's...
Gotcha.
I don't think it should be that tough to do.
One thing I would throw out there, especially if anyone from my high school and or high school administrators are listening, is as opposed to say a high school reunion, I would be more interested in actually like coming back to speak at a high school graduation or developing a course for the students or developing a mentoring or internship program. That to me seems far more interesting and also an opportunity for compensation that I think would be very, very delightful and far more appeasing than potentially spending money to socialize in a situation that I would not ultimately like.
So they're offering this opportunity to every alumni.
Oh, no. I'm saying they're listening to moi, and so they're considering me.
Oh, okay.
Just putting that out there in the universe.
From this specific student from a specific year. They're only offering that opportunity to one.
Thank you.
Some people wait a lifetime for a moment like this.
Yes. I've been waiting and I'll continue to wait.
Wow.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay, that's excelente.
Thank you.
Yeah, that it's there. So
if
they want to catch the ball. I
dropped that in their spirit, and now they can just pick that right up.
Oh, you dropped it. I thought you threw it because then they'd have to try to catch it. But now they can just pick it up.
And they have the WokeNFree at Gmail.
Oh, okay.
.com email.
They don't have to use the contact us page?
No, kidding. They actually should contact us on the contact us page.
Okay, just to make sure that's what we always promote.
Oh,
right?
yeah, of course. But if they were pitching me specifically or something, no.
Oh, then then it works a bit different.
No, but I'm just putting that out there, though. That I like those types of collaborations. Now we're talking.
That's all you care about when it comes to high school.
Now that's what we're talking about, yes.
But we're not saying if these are paid or unpaid.
Oh, so I would be interested in compensated events, yes.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
And collaborations, thank you.
All right, they'll know to take that to heart.
Exactly.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? It is scenario time. Scenario 1. Hugh has had 3 high school reunions and has not went to one of them. Another one is coming up in a few months. He is thinking of attending, but doesn't want to be asked why he didn't go to the previous reunions. Should he skip out on the next reunion?
Are these happening every 3 years? I mean, I'm so confused.
They happen every decade.
Oh, okay. So 30 years has passed. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said okay like that. Okay,
I'm just getting context.
We're talking about ancient times, so this should be a great scenario.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
So I would say that most likely he identifies as he, right? Yep. He would not need to fear the question around why he didn't come previously because 30 years has passed. I highly doubt that someone would ask that. They probably would just be more shocked at seeing him in that setting. But what I would say is at the end of the day, if he has an interest based on some of the pros that we discussed and has weighed the cons through your algorithm description, then I would say that this would be an opportunity for hopefully fun or productivity or braggardness, ... fill in the blank, however this will serve him. And he should go, and he shouldn't let the fact that 30 years has passed and he, said peace out and now is like, hey, what's up?
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, when I think of this, I think that is a possibility that somebody's going to ask him what happened at the previous ones because they're going to think that something happened to him. It's going to be asked, and if he doesn't want to hear that, I would say he needs to not go because otherwise he's going to hear it no matter what. That's a shame
just to allow that to prevent him from going, though. If he has a real desire to go.
Yeah, but I mean, he has a desire, but some people don't want actions taken upon them as well. So which is more important to him, I guess. Yeah, if he doesn't mind hearing
that would be a good question to weigh.
That's what he's got to ask.
If you are that fearful of one question, I'm sure. It's similar to like water just throwing on them. What's the little gremlin thing that
Furbies?
Yes, exactly. So if he is going to turn into the demons, if that question is asked, then I guess not.
Oh, Okay.
But otherwise, go ahead and Furby it out.
But because it's like, what if you...
He was so cute, though.
It's like, what if you don't want it to happen? I mean, you really don't want that question to be asked.
I mean, if I get that. I get asked questions that I find
if you could avoid it, and I mean, you can make the choice to avoid it.
But it's like, are you going to sit there in your home and be like, oh man, I wish I could go to my reunion? Like,
If only they wouldn't ask the question.
If only they wouldn't ask me the question. Like, that just seems really bizarre. Like, you should just go. That just seems really odd.
But imagine if it turns, you know, like, if when situations get kind of like escalated, if he does get asked the question and he turns into the Hulk or something.
Oh, so then maybe the solution is be the middle of the ground, which is the middle of the way, which is maybe wear a T-shirt that says, I didn't come to the previous reunions because X, whatever.
Oh, so explain
it. And then attach a blazer
to
it, depending upon if what kind of, you know, it might be a little bit more jazzier of an event than a T-shirt.
You know what he'd be asked instead is they're going to say, is that the real reason you didn't come? You know, some people are going to ask that.
Yeah, some people are foolish
because they think they're real funny.
Way.
Yeah.
But I guess on the back of the blazer or the shirt, it could say, and that was really the reason.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he could preempt it if he wants.
Then you can't say anything.
Or put a sticker on your head or, you know.
Don't ask me this question?
Yeah, ask me this and see what happens.
Yeah. See, exactly. I told you, you're going to learn today. That's what happens.
Always. You're always going to learn today, darling.
That's what it's about. Scenario 2. Karina was a bully in high school, but has since made peace with herself, shedding her past mistakes. Now she practices planting trees and tending to her bonsai garden.
You're a mess.
A reunion is coming up where she knows she'll see the classmates she tormented. Should she attend?
I mean, I think the biggest issue I have with this is that you said she has made peace with herself. And is shedding her past mistakes. Yeah. I think the issue is if you have intentionally created harm and trauma with others, you have to make more than peace with yourself. You have to make peace with others. So that's my biggest issue with this.
She's trying to move on,
she woosawed herself and did hardly make amends with anyone else. There's a 12-step program for a reason, y'all.
She's trying to move on from that. She doesn't want to think of that.
Good for her. Well, then you need to move on with others. And you need to go and make amends. So if Miss Thing did not make amends with others.
She's planting trees. So with fresh air to breathe.
But again, what did you do for the people?
Gave them fresh oxygen.
Only if they're in vicinity of that garden.
So she plants a garden near them, then she's made amends with them.
Did she send a sorry note? Did she?
No, she didn't do any of that. She gave them oxygen instead. Very practical. That's not enough, you're saying.
I would say that, again, you said tormented classmates.
She went in. It was not good.
Okay.
This is I
would say that, to be honest, I would say the cons would probably stack up against her in that she would go, and then the people that she caused trauma to are probably not going to be very kind to her in that circumstance. And if she is now a more peaceful, a more enlightened version of herself, she may be sadly not received well, because people will only remember her based on her past mistakes.
Transgressions.
Yeah, not who she is currently. So, like I said, if she is okay with being kind of brought back into that space of like, hey, you weren't maybe the best version of yourself during this time period, you might need to have some awkward, uncomfortable conversations at the reunion. So if she's willing to do that over alcohol and shrimp, I mean, I guess that's welcome. But I don't think that would lend for a good evening, personally.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this is absolutely no, she should not attend. Mm-hmm. There's only bad things that come from this. And, you know, it's actually dangerous is what I would claim, to be honest, because some people will take things too far, and it's going to be a bad situation. You know what happened. I mean, you shed your past mistakes, but you still remember.
Didn't make amends, though.
Yeah, you remember what you did,
and so did those other people.
And they really remember, so they're not going to... You didn't ask for forgiveness, and even if you did, I don't know, I still would question if they really forgave you. Yeah. I would just say, let's let it lie. You're shedding them the past, basically, so just live your life now. I mean...
move on. Yeah,
if you want to, you can... I mean, so I don't even know if I would suggest her try to... I think it's too late, to be honest. I think she just has to move on. She kind of missed that opportunity.
I think she really wants to... an opportunity to come back. But yeah, to your point, that you have to be willing to receive like be received poorly though, just in case.
It's going to interrupt her peace.
Forgiving, and not everyone is peaceful.
Yeah, so I think it's going to interrupt her peace. So if she wants to continue in her peaceful bliss, then I think don't attend your high school reunion. It's not going to work out.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's but you should still donate to the school if they're asking for money, or find ways to be peaceful and support the endeavors of your prior school that you attended.
Yeah, you can do that. Scenario 3. Tang is looking forward to his next high school reunion. There is one classmate that he always wanted to date, but never had the courage to. He is using this opportunity to shoot his shot. Should he attend his high school reunion to potentially find true love?
Okay, so what's missing from this information shared is we
else?
don't know, to your point, if his potential love interest is currently single.
That's what you're asking? Oh,
so
come on.
What I'm saying
is that how that works in the movies?
He's welcome to shoot his shot, but she may be happily married, or and not in a marriage that entertains such entanglements.
Oh boy.
And or may not be interested in his, however he identifies, sexually or gender or otherwise. And you know, they're meaning, you know, you can be into someone and they no longer are into men, right? Like,
oh, you mean, that. Like that. Oh, it could be a whole thing.
Life
like she's
could
not
change,
even into.
and this could be a whole different, or she could be, you know, also not look like she could not be how he remembered, and so he could go and expect to see her.
And it's not a love of his life anymore.
She either is maybe she transitioned, or she like there could be so many different things that could happen in life. That
what if she dyed her hair pink?
What if she, you know, I
eats
don't know.
Cheese doodles.
Maybe she dresses very different right now, or eats cheese doodles. What are you suggesting about this ship?
Because then she has the orange
Cheesy
fingers.
hands?
Yeah, the orange finger syndrome.
Not the teeth, eh?
I mean, you could, but she can gargle with Listerine or something.
I mean,
get some mouthwash.
She could also like have a buzz cut, and
but he can look over that.
You know, has decided to become a reptilian human. I mean,
what if she sharpened her teeth?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there could be so many different.
What if
scenarios.
she split her tongue? So it's like a snake tongue.
That's what I'm saying. People, there's so much things that could happen in life that is wildly beautiful and also wildly surprising. And so I think that there's a lot of really cool things that one can do to oneself. So
what if she's decided to be celibate?
Exactly. She could be a nun. I mean, this could be a really...
Oh, that would be a good one.
Yeah, I mean... You know, this could be, or just decided that, you know, is not interested in humans anymore.
Asexual.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there's just like, gosh, there's just a lot of different challenging opportunities that could happen from this. Wow. But do I think that that should discourage him from attending? Nope. I still think that if you have a dream in life and you have a deep desire, you will regret not going after your opportunities and not shooting your shot. So, absolutely, he should attend. Absolutely, he should be open to the opportunity of sharing a great conversation with her, regardless of how things have changed with him or her. Because also, we're talking about her. He too could be very different than what she remembered, and she could see him
she can deny
and be like,
really quick.
Wow, not what I'm looking for right now. Right?
Wow.
Like, so that it works both ways. Right?
That's sad.
It's not sad. It's
because he was looking forward to this opportunity.
We can look forward to a lot of different things in life, but
that's not enough. Then in your mind.
I'm saying that that's an option. We can have dreams, and sometimes they come to fruition, and sometimes they don't, and sometimes we have to dream a different dream. And so
that's really sad.
It's not sad, Khalil. What we need to encourage people is to think through possibility, and however that possibility imagines. Because guess what? Maybe they interact, and the whatever chemistry they had all those years ago is completely gone. But then he shares a drink or has a beautiful conversation with someone else who he would have never thought to talk to. But then, thankfully, because he attended, he actually did find the love of his life, who happened to be someone else. That's what I'm saying. Like, the possibility of love is available in this opportunity. It just may not manifest the way that he's thinking it could be. But go attend your shot, see what happens. Or shoot your shot, see what happens.
So the answer for you, though, is he should attend.
Yes.
But that reasoning is okay to potentially find true love, or no? Just attend because you should attend for attend's sake? Or?
Oh, okay. I think he should attend to be open to possible good love connections. Do I think you can fall in love completely in one night? I think that would be subject to different interpretation, and so of how you define love and all of that good jazz. That's a whole other conversation. But yes, to find a love connection, I think that would be a wonderful reason to go. Okay. As long as there are available people to participate in that journey. But it's all about potential. Yeah, potential. You don't know. But you might, like I said, you might show up everyone's married or everyone's not interested in that. I mean, it is what it is. It's one can only see once you're there.
Wow, that's all that.
It's really complex, and that sounded really awkward. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
What's your answer then?
My answer is he should definitely attend to shoot his shot.
Okay.
He can,
regardless of her availability status, right?
Well, he's got to. Well, it depends. It depends.
Do you recommend doing any I was going to say pregame, like any?
He'll need liquid courage, so I think that will help.
Let's not encourage that. But due diligence, rather. Like, do you suggest any type of online investigation and determination of statuses?
I wouldn't suggest that because it's going to ruin the moment, kind of thing. It's going to take away any of that power that you had. Yeah, that's if you do all this. Once you do all this, you're gonna come off weird because you might say, "Oh yeah, I saw that post with you and your dog. You seem like you're having fun." It's gonna be so awkward. Don't do like you're gonna say something so crazy. No, I'm just thinking about it now.
Specific example.
No, I just came up with that.
So you're just brilliant. Okay, cool.
Your buddy, you got to be able to tap into the universe when it's open. The
universe, eh?
Yeah, it's all about this universe, whatever this is.
You're like Mr. Love Doctor now, okay?
Wait, Mr. Love Doctor?
Yeah.
Who's that?
You.
Wait, isn't that from Doctor? Isn't that from a show or something?
Are you talking about the Love Boat?
No, isn't that from? Is it called Doctor Who or?
I don't know.
No, the British time travel.
Maybe,
show.
Yeah. Doctor Who is the British show.
Or something. Yeah, because you're talking about Dr. Love or whatever.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. That's
definitely not what I have. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's not all that. All I'm saying is that you don't know. Like, don't do research on this. That's going too hard. Out there to see. I mean, some people will do it. Hey, you gotta do that. Just seems stalkerish, though. Don't just see what happens. Let everything flow naturally.
Okay.
If it doesn't work out, it wasn't meant to be. If you do all this research, I think you're gonna ruin it either way.
Okay.
So that's my thing. I think you can potentially find true love at your high school reunion if that's what you're looking for. Because you ask and it is given, you may really get it. So
I know that's right.
I know you talk about you're taking these chances. I don't think that would happen if you actually are looking for true love. I don't think it would come down to all that. But don't get disappointed if it does, though.
That's what I'm just saying. There's a lot of different options. People change in life.
You'll get disappointed. Sometimes things don't work out how you expect, so it's always a possibility that there is no one there for you.
You cannot end that way, but sadly that's where it's going to end.
On that bombshell.
Yeah, on that low note, we are at that time again. Love is possible, and it really means that we're coming to the end of our 312th episode of WokeNFree. What is wrong with you?
That's a sad love note.
And with that, then, ultimately, what did we talk about for this episode? Would you go to your next high school reunion? There was a lot to contain and to interpret. I hope that was meaningful for y'all. And rewind and please share. And what do folks need to do now, Khalil?
Besides follow the algorithm, they can come back next week for the new WokeNFree Wednesday episode.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. Make sure you follow us on social media to follow along with the conversation, and make sure you tune in next week for WokeNFree Wednesday to join the conversation at WokeNFree.com.
Okay. Now I feel like people are going to Google WokeNFree algorithm, and it'll be interesting to see what comes up for that. But for folks who are interested in submitting a topic idea or want to contact us for a variety of reasons, as mentioned earlier in the episode, best place to reach us would be our contact us page at WokeNFree.com. That's WokenFree.com. And on social, again, find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, and LinkedIn at WokenFree. And all sponsorship and collaboration queries, best place to connect, contact us page at WokenFree.com.
If you didn't already subscribe, please do share the episode and make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for Woken Free Wednesdays. Remember, Woken Free is more than a podcast. It is a way of life. Till next time.